Hi, welcome to Vegan Finds and welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to be cooking up a snack favorite, jalapeno poppers. Um, we're going to make it a little bit less caloric by not deep frying these bad boys, and pretty basic, easy recipe. Can do it in a couple minutes, and just pop it in the oven and let me show you how it's done. Okay, so we're going to take 6 jalapenos and basically cut them down the middle. You're going to stem it, cut it down the middle, and scoop out the insides. What you want to try and do is get as much of the white stuff out as possible, and also the seeds. That is where a very significant portion of the heat is in the peppers. Also, you may want to wear gloves when you're working with hot peppers. The oils from the capsaicin, which is the spicy part of the pepper, will definitely get into your skin. I once had to spend an evening with my hands soaking in a sink filled with ice because I was making a hot sauce that used habaneros. I wasn't using gloves, even though I was washing my hands frequently. I stopped. As soon as I stopped, suddenly my hands started burning, and they burned for hours. It was an ungodly amount of pain, but eventually it does go away. So if you want to avoid that, I suggest you wear some gloves when preparing these. So now that I have these peppers already pre-cut and pre-seeded, I'm going to show you how to make the filling. Okay, so in order to make the filling for the jalapeno poppers, we are going to be using Tofutti cream cheese. Basically, you just want to scoop this out. I'm going to use the whole container. Probably not going to need the whole container for this, but I'll figure out what to use the rest of this for a different recipe. I'm sure I can come up with something. So in here, we got the cream cheese. To that, I'm adding a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, a healthy pinch of salt, and a little bit of fresh ground cracked pepper. That's black pepper. All you have to do is just kind of mix this up, just like so. Okay, so as you can see, I've thoroughly mixed the cream cheese mixture in with the garlic onion powder. Now I'm just going to stuff the jalapenos with this mixture. It's pretty basic. Now if you want it a little bit spicier, you can leave the white ribbing inside for those who like it spicy, or even a little bit of the seeds. I'm not that exact, so some of it's going to be spicy, some of it's not. Jalapenos tend to vary pretty significantly in their heat profile. So what I suggest you do is, if you buy a batch, just taste like a little segment of it and see how spicy they are, and you may want to adjust whether or not you leave seeds in or not. So I'm going to finish filling these, and then I'll show you the final stages before we put. Okay, so we are ready for the final flourish to go on top of our jalapeno poppers. I would line a baking sheet with parchment paper. I couldn't find my parchment paper, so I'm using Silpat, which is a silicone mat that you use for baking. And now we're just going to add some of the Daiya cheddar style shreds to this and get them ready for the oven. Now these are going to go into a 400-degree oven. I was going to air fry them, but then I thought, the oven's already on for our nachos that we're going to have to go along with this, that I figured, oh well, I'll just kill two birds with one stone and not mess up an entire another apparatus. So, and after about 10 minutes of being in the oven, you're going to bake these for 20 minutes. We're going to add some panko breadcrumbs to this and just top them off with a little sprinkle. That's going to add the crunch. Obviously, traditionally, poppers are breaded. We're cutting back on some of that by not breading and deep frying them. So you're going to save a few calories that way. So I'm going to pop these in the oven. I'll take them out in 10 minutes, sprinkle some panko breadcrumbs on there, and we'll finish this dish off and eat it. Okay, so as you can see, they've been in the oven for 15 minutes, and now it's time to add some panko breadcrumbs. The cheese is starting to melt nicely. They smell great. And now we add the crunch. And the nice thing about the Silpat, or any kind of silicone mat, is that when the cheese melts, you can actually make a little cracker out of that. So that's how Parmesan crisps are often made. I'm just going to get this ready, and these are going to go back in. Since I've taken them out, I'm going to put them in for another 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to check them after 10 just to be on the safe side so they don't burn. But these look good. They're ready to go. Okay, so here is the finished product. The jalapenos are nicely cooked. We got some nice little crunchy bits. The cheese is nice and melted, and it's ready to be plated up and eaten. I don't think I'm going to share these with anybody. Too bad for them, good for me. Anyway, if you like these recipes, please hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and leave a comment and a thumbs up. Enjoy and have a great day. Hey, those are mine!